Good morning. We are live. Stick this thing up its rectum. Hey, Joe. Good morning. How are you? Happy Saturday to you. Oh, excuse me. Pardon all. So I'm just looking to see. Am I using all? I must be using all the parts on this thing. First, maybe second. Good morning. Hey, Mike. Maybe second, but close enough. Who cares? What's going on, Mike? Good morning. Hope you're having a fantastic start to your day. Old man Grandpappy press record by mistake again. Hey, RQ, what's going on? Good day. And Kevin, good morning. Welcome back, Kevin. How are you? Good day to everybody. RQ, Kevin. All right, let's get back to this pig. Anyway, how's everybody doing? How was your Friday? How's your Saturday started? Hey, Tom. Welcome. What's going on, Tom? Are you still overseas or are you back yet? Done with the heartbeat report. You guys. I just woke up. Just at least 10 centimeters. Oh, geez. About 4 inches. Yeah. Holy crap. Yeah. Well, I mean, it is winter in Northern Europe. I mean, that would it is something that you were saying recently, right? Trying to readjust time zones. So you're back then. Nice. So did you and Emma and your wife have fun? Oi? Or was you just still going to be crabbing about the tourists? Yes, fun. Uh huh. Are we good here? I can do pretty good with some of the measurements. Length I'm pretty okay with. Strapping in for another high octane, fast paced building stream, the speed of which most describe as glacial. Well, it is the winter. Expect nothing more, I guess. Yeah. Anyway, what's going on, guys? My wife and I went into uh, we went to Auburn yesterday, Lewiston, Auburn area. Did some shopping, had lunch out. We went to, actually, it was a really good barbecue place up here in the frozen tundra, which was hard to believe, but it's true. We go out for the lady wifey birthday, but her birthday is the 5th. Hey, whatever. Again, better to have it on the weekend than on a weekday. Nice. Anyway, happy birthday to her, Jill. You had yesterday off. I'm back, baby. I expected nothing more, Peter. Nothing more. Let's see. Gonna be a groceries cleaning house kind of day. Been up since 2:30 in the morning. So it's only a few hours. Come on, Tom. No problem. Even though I went to bed at 10. No problem. When did your flight get back? Nothing like the outer armor being a baby blue. Just trying to stay awake. I mean, have a little bit of a hard time sleeping up here. Just different bed kind of thing. So a little bit of tossing and turning, but doing okay. Hey, Nick. Good morning. What's going on, brother? Thanks, Peter. So, Joe, what are you guys doing for to celebrate the day? Oh, that is cold. And we flew from Japan at 11:30, and we landed at 9:50 a.m. Time travel. I love time travel. That's great, man. Nick. How's things, Nick? How's Mavis still enjoying her bicycle? I love that photo. Haircuts, a walk downtown, Depot Town, Ypsilanti, Michigan. Pedicures, and good food. Yeah, that sounds like a good time. Why, hello there. There we go. Things are good. Still enjoying the bike. Nice. And I stayed up till 7, but passed out at 2:30 and slept till 8:30. Emma till 2:30 a.m. Both up until 4:30 a.m. when I passed out. I woke up at 11 a.m. Emma passed out at 15. That's a lot of detail, Tom. Thank you. I appreciate it. Maybe I get to sneak into the model cave. Oh, not on a day like today, Joe. You don't. We then had IHOP. Why not? Why not? What an incredibly apt shirt. Yes, you and my wife would agree because this is who it came from. So yeah, I'm kind of in a low key kind of place right now. Like I said, I'm still trying to wake up a little bit. Maybe while she gets her haircut. Well, you can do that. But she may want you there just to hold her hand, Joe. It was a very long, long first day of the year. Yeah, it sounds like. And Nick is laughing. Nick is a cackling hyena. Interesting. At the shirt. Yeah, my wife enjoyed it too. Hey, if you can't laugh at yourself, who can you laugh at? Well, I try to laugh at you guys, but I don't think it works very well. So I guess we'll just laugh at me. I'm back. We actually made T-shirts with the same slogan for emergency room staff to be worn. Work in a previous job, like the pun of it a lot. So you've got a personal connection with a shirt like this. I see. This time difference is so much easier for Emma as opposed to me now. Is that because are we going to continue this age conversation? Is that because you're old, Tom? Tom, when are you going to see? Yeah, exactly. She already adjusted barely 2 days back. Yep, yep, yep. When are you going to see your wife again? Bang. Wow. Yeah. February. Okay. Literally next month. Loving it. Not. All right. Back. Cat food fight. Isn't that the name of a song? They were cat food fighting. Some things age like wine. Georgia, on the other hand, ages like cheese, gradually becomes more sweaty, smelly, and toxic with time. But oh, so tasty going in. We can continue this, Peter. Wait, cat food fight? No, go figure. Were they throwing kibble everywhere? Hey, Ray, what's up, man? I don't know, maybe cheese, some cheese aged very well. Exactly. I love cheese too. So I think the analogy is pour. Pour, I say, Peter, pour. If you don't age wine in the proper temperature, you get bad vinegar. Yep. Almost done here. Hey, it's THX1138 edition. Hey, what's going on, Peter? Cheese grommet. Emma loves cheese. Who doesn't love cheese? I don't trust people who don't like cheese. Not to be the oldest fart in the room. See, I love it. Is that why you do this, Peter? Just because you just want to make sure that you're like not the oldest guy? Well, funny, they tipped the bowl over to do that insert dominance thing, then growling while eating. They threw up while growling. Oh, jeez. Wow, yeah, that's nasty, Joe. Stupid shits. Nine. I love that. TH1138 edition. Anyway, Happy New Year, Peter. How are you? It's been a couple of weeks. I hope all is going well with you and your wife and the family. Once I finish the A10, we'll try to take on the SDF1. Nice. My cat is currently playing with Hot Wheels. That's cool. Like playing with them, like batting them around. Like 2 years in a house already. Shut up, you two. Just glad to know someone plays with them. Really, the kids don't play with them? Send them up to Mike Gordon. He'll take them. He loves Hot Wheels. He'll kit bash them. The SDF1 will also the last kit I grabbed in 2025. Oh, but there's so many for 2026, Tom. That's you, Yankee Peter. Pretty good, thanks. My winter break is coming to an end. So yeah, ditto. I worked 3 days last week, but I mean they were relatively painless. But Monday is going to be the return to entertainment. B1 31. Monday promises to be an entertaining day, but Monday is still 2 days away. And until then, I'm just going to work here and have fun. There we go. Got a message from Juan saying, when you have some time, we need to plan a build day. Otherwise, Ken can't get the day off. Yep. Yeah, I got to take a look at the schedule right now. As I said, right, the only issues I'm having, aside from going down to ODO in late February, a lot of my weekends are right now taken up. I got to plan around, okay, which weekend am I going to be up here, or which weekend am I going to be down in Connecticut for like a school event. I anticipate my 2026 model year is going to be below 10 kits. And Tom, how many did you buy in 2025? So what model are you currently working on? I'm working on the I'm working on a P-Bandai thing. See if they actually have a finished photo of the thing. I don't think they do in the manual. Yeah, I guess they kind of do. I'm working on the G-Line standard armor. And I'm going to probably make that version right there because it's got the Gatling guns on the top. Because I think that looks pretty cool. Yeah, this just, man, the G-Line without the I think it was RQ who said it yesterday. Without without that skirt armor, it just looks like it looks stupid. Like it's basically it's missing its diaper. Kids bought or kids built? But I haven't finished more than one kit a year. Tomorrow I lock myself in. And to do what, Joe? What are you doing in your locking yourself away? Yeah, it's a pretty cool looking model for the most part. Got over 20, I think. Yeah. I don't even think I got that many this past year. Adding to the stash. The stash. Brace yourself for another red parts rant. Uh-oh. Going to be going to the bench and chain myself. Bench and chain yourself to it. Lovely. I'm going into, theoretically, we'll find out as soon as I get home later today, but I'm going to Cambridge tomorrow to go look at, have my daughter's computer looked at, and then likely going to go record shopping and get some Indian food. I may invest in a stand mixer. For what purpose? What's a stand mixer? All right, went to get tires on the truck. It was a 4-hour wait. Set an appointment for this morning to skip the wait. Smart. And BDSM for model. Right. You starting to bake? That's what I was thinking about. It's like, what are we getting a stand mixer for? Baking and grinding meat. That would make sense. It's a separate from his sit mixer. Yeah. Get a tilt head mixer. All the mixers suck for grinding meat. Get an actual meat grinder. Is this from personal experience, Nick? Eh. Thinking of the X from Cuisinart. So I guess it's fine if you want to make like one burger worth of me going to start hunting Tom. Yeah, exactly. Tom, you can afford meat. Only thing I can hunt here is squirrels. It's tasty. It's true. The KitchenAid meat grinder is infuriating. Let's see. Have a recommendation on meat grinders? All these little pieces and parts. Ah. All right, I got those on. I'm assuming that's a leg armor piece. Oh, I see why. Got it. Okay. That's going to wait. Let's get some coffee in. Brushing, detailing, scratch building models. Yes. Don't need to grind squirrels, but they're good fried and a substitute in chicken and dumplings. And I'm assuming this is from experience, Nick? Don't get the grinder app for your phone. It's misleading. Nice. We are either 4 or 5 squirrels a day without license. I'm scared to ask how you know that. Really, you need stand-alone grinders, but if you plan on grinding a lot of the time, I would say something with at least 5 horsepower motor on it. Just plow through everything. So in cyberpunk, the idea of real meat products is almost a joke because animals themselves are rare to even see in person. They say it started with domesticating raccoons in Cyberpunk 2013. Interesting. My phone is covered in meat, and these dudes keep randomly showing up at my house. Have a great day, guys. Take care. I must go now. Artie RQ, take it easy, brother. Have a great rest of your day. Thanks for popping in. Appreciate it. Sounds good. I don't plan on going that much. You wild animals and carry a gun. It is Texas after all. Yes, and we knew that. Honey, I swear it's not a GIMP mask. It's for the VOCs. Is that what you tell your wife all the time? Honey, really? D18 to G14. I guess the amount of hunters versus deer for the first time was over in Michigan. Hunter is greater than deer. Interesting. Because squirrels kept clipping my internet cable, I want to find legal ways of getting rid of them. Legal ways? We're going to sue them? Tom versus New York squirrels in Superior Court. Need some copper tone gloves to wear. Man. We certainly have some interesting conversations with Thomas here. You have to keep them being to make it legal. There's a waste law. And every state overcame me. Turning cannibalistic in California right now. Ooh, I know a good bird lawyer. Maybe he'll branch out. Yeah, make it legal. New York City laws. I want to hunt squirrels. I don't need to explain my mask. One airbrushing to my wife. The full body latex suit and adult diapers on the other hand. Nice. Pick up an air rifle or get good with a slingshot. Yep. Well, there was a jet black squirrel and an albino squirrel in my neighborhood, but I haven't seen them in a few years. Really? And did they party together, Peter? School in the city are plump as hell. Yeah, what's in them though? They are considered obese. I mean, you could. The power to protect them. It's almost a win-win. Nice. Got it. Doo-doo-doo. I will say the conversations we have here certainly go in entertaining directions sometimes. Microplastics are just their dye is those black. Squirrels are just red squirrels with mutation. Oh, great. The oddity market in Brooklyn closed, though. Joe saturated trans fats. I guess my hood was ground zero for mutant squirrels. I guess so. Damn. Mutant squirrels. You guys also make hand warmers or earmuffs from the pelts. Well, there you go. Tom is getting going to the full men at work picking up squirrels with a pellet gun and high rise. Well, this is how we turn cyberpunk. This is how we turn. Ew. That's all I'm going to say. Nick, question for you. How much of the meat that you guys consume is meat that you have yourself brought home? And I mean from a store. I am curious. You like the turtles. We have up here. In space, what is the group consensus on paint shakers? Which type model is recommended? Should we add shaker balls? Put in our order for a squallet now. I use I've got a few different types. If I were home, I'd show all three of them to you, but I got the stir, the one that goes like the Badger stir, the one goes into the paint, just kind of stirs that up. That's what I typically use for my lacquers. And then in terms of like a shaker, I picked up one from Amazon like a few years ago. It's one that the nail salons use. It's basically it's like almost like a V piece that you put the bottle in. You strap it down and it kind of shakes it back and forth. And then recently from AliExpress, I picked up one of the Vortex ones, and I use that for my acrylics. Shit, I guess I'm ordering a pound just to try. But all red meat, so around 150, 200 pounds a year. Also a few duck and squirrel from the time. Depending on the opportunity, I get a hog that could be 75 to 200 pounds. Wow. Wow, that's pretty cool, Nick. So it sounds like the majority of your consumed meat is not store bought. Yeah, again, I gotta tell you, I respect that. I do respect that. One of the guys I used to know who was in the remodeling business, he did the same thing. He would go out there and do deer hunting with, he did bow and arrow hunting, but still, Vortex style, aka the paint side being, is my preference. And if you do use a shaker ball, don't, glass doesn't rust in acrylic. I'm not a big fan of the shaker ball things. I just don't see the reason for it. This tough hunting cow, what call do you use? I sometimes use a modified mini bar clamp in my jigsaw to shake paint with a stainless 8 to 10 in the paintball. Interesting. Peter going all cyberpunk or not or all what's the word I'm looking for? Spacing out on the word I'm looking for, but he's going right down and dirty. Only chicken and brisket if I have anything to say about it. Yeah, nice. Yeah, I'm not sure if you heard when if you were here at the beginning, but I actually found a really good barbecue place up here in Maine. The meat was well smoked. I did a pulled chicken. It was good. When you say vortex style, like the black one Barbatos Rex uses, I have no idea what he uses. That is a clip that holds the paint. That's not a. Let's see if we can do it this way. Picture worth 1,000 words, right? Nail. It's kind of a cool one. Oh, wow, almost all will go into vortex style now. There we go. I don't want to spin. I never dealt with it. Here we go. So that's like a Jesus Christ. Sorry about that. Where you strap in the bottle and there's this, like, again, something that holds it in and it basically shakes it back and forth. I picked that up for about 20 bucks. Let's see, I missed a few things. Cows are easy to call in, but shooting them is frowned upon. I've taped a jar to paint my before it works and saves my jork and arm. You hold and press the top vortex shaker. Yes, that one. No, you didn't. You just think you did. Yeah, no, I did. I said it before you got here. We went to a place called what was it called? Burnt Ends Barbecue up here. It was good. Yeah, it was before you popped in. See, you came in late. Have you tried 603 barbecue in Concord, New Hampshire? I have not. In Concord, I'll have to try that out. My home's. I might actually return trip. I actually go through Concord. And then, yeah, one of these little doodads. I'm just using this one as an example. Something like that right there. I mean, they're doing it upside down, but I mean, it's basically, yeah, it's all it is. Something like that. That's a vortex mixer. No, no, no. You just think it's good. It's really not. My wife actually agreed that it was good. Burnt ends barbecue sounds ominous. Burnt ends are actually a thing. Found it taking 202 back these summer days when 95 is a park. I try not to take 95. I don't like taking 95. I'd rather just go cut west, drop down on 93. The drive is so much more enjoyable. It's a little longer, but it's so much more enjoyable. B130, G13. Well, she's been Yankeefied. Oh, Nick, I can't wait for you two to meet and you say that to her. It would. The only thing I can say to that is it was good to know you. Is this Kaysher here? Hey, good to see you. I caught one of your streams. Happy New Year. Kaysher, Happy New Year to you too, brother. What's going on? It has been a while. I hope all is going well in your world. That's our part of a brisket. Yep. Also a little closer than we do. It adds a lot to our drive. Oh, I know it does. The sauces weren't all that good, but the meat was well smoked. I did like their Carolina mustard. I thought that was good. But the rest of the sauces were just okay. One of them was just like a hopped up ketchup. I'm like, yeah, not so much. I don't typically put a lot of sauce on any smoked meats. Why hide what you cooked? Yes. I want to try making brisket. Go for it. I'm still around. I don't post as much. Yeah, but still building. But I hope this year I'll try to come back to Instagram. Yeah, I've completely moved off of Instagram. This is the only thing I'm doing now, Kaysher. Just I don't know. This got so overwhelmed with all the stuff that's going on and everything. But I'm glad to hear that you're coming back. How's the Kaysher? How's the costuming thing going? They use deciduous. What kind of wood do they use? I don't know. I didn't ask. Again, to me, it's food. You guys can worry about how it gets cooked. Me, I care about how it gets in and through. I love it. Get off. What about the ranch dressing? Isn't that ketchup mandatory for you Yanks? Oh, fuck no. I don't know. I hate ranch dressing and I will rarely use ketchup. Gary, a long time no see. Yeah, last year I did eight conventions. Never meet some other bill. Even met some other builders. Wow, that's so cool, man. Dude, that's awesome. 8 conventions. And were they all local, Keisha, or did you kind of travel elsewhere? By the way, guys, Keisha, super nice guy. K Wolf here. He was like an early Instagram follower, boy, many, many years ago. And I've never met him personally. I've never seen his face because he's always got his wolf costume on, but just a sweetheart of a person. Keisha, good to see you, brother. All local, but I want to travel. Yeah, I hear you, man. Well, especially considering, all that stuff that you do with your costuming. I think that's great. Let's see his body. What is a factor that turns hot dogs into hot logs? Nice. Yeah, that's me. You, Peter, is mandatory when it tastes like crap. No. I don't care. I don't like ranch dressing. And ketchup is boring. K Wolf is awesome. They deserve better than us. Gotcha, Joe. Let's get some more coffee in. That was wild. For a second there, it looked like somebody was walking outside. I'm like, huh. In the balmy 11-degree weather that's out here, and I mean 11 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeesh. Like fries, ketchup, great. Not with triggers fries. That shit is amazing. No. Ketchup with fries is okay, but I'd rather do like a barbecue sauce, a good barbecue sauce. That's because you eat American ketchup. You should try Australian tomato sauce. Well, that's not ketchup now, is it? Peter. Ketchup is just a condiment for French fries and hamburgers. No, not even for hamburgers. No, ketchup on a hamburger? No, sorry. No. D13A4. What do we got here? Oh, nice bright yellow something. I love it. Ketchup is trash. Agreed. Neither is American ketchup. I'm not disagreeing with you, but it is what we consider to be ketchup, for better or worse. Likely for worse. Ketchup used to be a mushroom sauce. Interesting. Did it really? Hey, Ken, good morning. What's going on, brother? Like ketchup, what subsidies do you think Heinz is getting? 603 barbecue. By the way, Concord, New Hampshire. Ray, I might do that. I might spin by there. I grew up in Concord. That was my stomping grounds when I was a kid. Love it, love it, love it. Miss it. Miss it to a degree. I mean, glad where I am now, but missed it. Oops. Model just took a header. I love it. Also, most barbecue sauces use ketchup as its base. Yes, that is true. Ketchup was all different types of sauces added to food. It was just a generic name until capital. Nick, that's an awfully socialist thing of you to say. I love it. There's hope for you yet. I'm pretty sure my nephew single-handedly supported Heinz as a child. I think all of our children did. And it contains high fructose corn syrup is deemed American foodstuff as you shove it in 90% of your food. Not disagreeing. I am not disagreeing. $13 and $12. Go wide on this one. Gates on this thing are huge. It's interesting. I'm always amazed by how certain parts have very, very small gates and other parts have these massive ones. Oops. Let's kill that one. Suburbalism. So anyway, maybe I'll have to head through there. I don't know. We'll see. If I'm hungry, I may stop there and grab a little something, something. As much as I wish I'd stayed up here another day with my wife, there is the benefit of going back somewhat early in that I don't have to rush back and then start the next day being going right back to work. I hate traveling. And then going right to work the next day. Damn it. It's about the flow of plastic. If they need more plastic, bigger gates. No, I get it. I understand I'm sure there's a reason, a method to the madness. But it's interesting what, similarly sized parts have different types of flow gates. It's interesting. Although synthetic B2 is put into our foods. I like synthetic B2. I like synthetic everything. There's plastic in non-organic garlic. Great. Is there really? No wonder it tastes so good. Good evening, Edwin. How are you, my friend? Good to see you this morning or this evening. How are you? How's things? How's your day? Bread isn't bread by world standards. I've been using it as my nub jar. So at least they're macroplastics. I love it. Garlic scented models. I dip mine in garlic all the time. That's why they have that fine, fine smell. Two. I think I got this one. All right, let's do this. Let's see what everybody's saying now. Look late because I slept late. Yep, that happens. Today is mostly building my Gretchen models to be painted after the 1 week painting holiday. Nice. I thought you were going to go longer than that, Edwin. Maybe I'm wrong. I expect there's plastic and American cheese as well. I don't know. I don't eat American cheese. We should look at American cheese under a microscope. Are we talking about like American cheese, like the fake cheese? Yeah, I'd rather not. Cheese from Denmark contains Lego pieces. That's funny. Moss mixed to my terrarium 2 weeks ago. I was checking the progress and found one piece that's growing on the glass. Growing on glass. All right, all 4 of those done. Now we start throwing some shit up here. It's supposed to take this piece off, and then we're supposed to throw this other piece on. What piece am I supposed to take off? I'm assuming it's this one. Part separator time. Probably can. Maybe I want Lego. I want Lego cheese would make snack time way more fun. Cheese shaped like Lego? Oh, I think that'd be great. I agree with you. Not only can to save my life, this tank, it's like, fuck it, this works. It didn't choose any of the suitable spots to grow. Ever had a cat love to play fetch? I've never seen that, but that's kind of cool. It's going everywhere suitable or not. That's 99% humidity life. I got some moss on my patio array. Will that work? I've made Lego Jello. That's kind of nifty. Again, I would put this ball and bring it to you when he wanted to play. Really? That's kind of cool. I've never seen that before. Okay. I have 2 cats obsessed with playing fetch. Imagine the hissy fits moms would have if Lego cheese was a thing. I told you not to play with your food. Exactly. All right, let's. Forgot to build the other side of this, but I will get to that in a little bit. Let's pop this one off. I think I can pop this one off. That didn't take much. Is it literally just a different color? Jeez Louise. Okay. We'll do a little parts assessment here. Is it literally just a different color? It's just a different color. Maybe a little thicker. Yeah, it's taller. Asking because my cat is playing it right now. Nice. They make a Lego waffle iron. No, cat's Lego are sticky enough without adding syrup. Curious George, do you wear the black t-shirts to not perfectly blend in with the background? Like in this background? No. I just like wearing black t-shirts. Why don't you? Xmas shit is put away, so I am setting up my workbench again. Yay! But it's not the 6th yet. Ken, you have to wait until Three Kings. Didn't the Greeks in your life teach you anything? Xmas shit is put away. The sunlight really changes your complexion. Except there isn't sunlight. It's still pretty dark outside. It's getting lighter, but not so light. We don't celebrate the storming of Congress, so we take it down early. No. It's not about storming of Congress, you moron. Three Kings. I'm not talking about the king. I'm talking about the Three Kings, the biblical Three Kings, not the pretend king. That's all. Linoleum with a drain on the floor. I always thought you were sitting facing a window. I am facing a window right here, but there's no sun out yet. We're just kind of like in a dusky kind of place. Okay, buy that for $1. I got that one on. Now we're going to start throwing on all these pieces. Shit, there's a lot of pieces to throw on. We'll do one side. I knew that would get y'all. Yeah, you got me good. Peter the Headshine really throws you off. It does, doesn't it? There's a nightlight for a good reflection. He's really that pale. Yep, that's true. G18, G110. G-Line standard armor. G-Line. Is the G-Line a standard release? Huh, no idea. Legit, don't know. 10. Doing one leg at a time. We're doing one side of the small at a time, then I'll do the other side either later. I'm going to be wrapped up with this, I think, today. May not be this morning, but I'm going to be done with it today. So prodding his age is so last week Trump is the key, huh, Ken? Well, that's always a trigger, and it should be a trigger for everybody, but we'll table that one. We shall table that one. Bang, 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 bang. Okay. Gonna do this one at a time. If I get close enough. Okay. We don't do Get Politics until Wednesdays. That's Thursdays, but we're not going to do the politics thing. That is correct. You're so deep in constantly. He's always reflecting. Oh God, yeah. Watched a Czech new wave movie yesterday, The Crematory. Gerard Hertz. The Crematory. I'm assuming this is a Criterion thing as well. The Cremator. And what kind of film was this? Man, I got to tell you, the Czech New Wave was huge. What was the trains passing by? The Fireman's Other Ball? No, we don't get political until Wednesdays. Honest question, what is the rationale for attacking another nation and kidnapping the head of state? What did Venezuela do to the U.S.? I can't answer. I think you're asking the wrong people. Oh, Mike is Wednesday. That's right. Very dark. Dark in a good way, I'm assuming. Not getting political, but there must have been arguments for it. This is what I'll leave with this, with political stuff. Peter, I'm sure there's some lovely thing in the ground we want access to. God almighty, Nick. I mean, okay, anybody else think here Nick is starting to sound like the rest of us? So, yes, there was something in the ground that they wanted. And why they did that? What's the rationale for wanting and taking? It is not the American way. And guys, honestly, let's we can talk about this. Why don't we wait until the very end? And I'll do the 5 minutes at the very, very end. But yeah, we're so mad about it all. Well, yeah, they gave poor people. Venezuela has oil. What other reason? Yeah. Resources. It's the same reason why we went into what was the African country that we just recently attacked. The same thing. Peter, you are asking a really good question, and I'll be very frank when I respond. And and again, this is not the country I know. And being 60 years old and having lived in this country, this is the country of my birth. I can't answer for the rationale. I will toss this out. I'm not sure if anybody. There's a fun fact: oil has been proven to be a renewable resource. It's not actually dead dinosaurs. It's renews at a steady rate. I'd like to see the math on that. The dead dinosaur juice. But I would like to find out more about that. See, when information is passed out, I do research as I think everybody should. So I didn't do it for the. I don't know. Yeah, there's a brilliant book I read recently called "The Gangsters of Capitalism," by Jonathan Katz, and it's about the about Smedley Butler, General Smedley Butler, who was the one of the highest ranking Marines that is during his lifetime. He lived from the late 1800s through around 1935, and he was involved in a whole host of different um, events throughout the American imperialist system from like 1899 through around 1930. Highly recommend the book, Gangsters of Capitalism. Jonathan Katz, the writer, was just on the Valor Network. If anybody, I'm not sure, again, it's a political thing, but if anybody follows Chris Goldsmith, he is a Nazi hunter, basically. And he's got a podcast on Valor Media called On Offense. And he recently interviewed Jonathan Katz. Again, if you're into something like this and you want to hear about, the parallels between what's going on now and some of the stuff that Smedley Butler went through. In fact, Smedley Butler, at the end of his Marine career, basically said, everything I didn't do for the American cause. I did for American capitalism. And he wrote a book, a pamphlet, basically called War is a Racket. And it's extremely well regarded it was in military circles. Anyway, highly recommend both Gangsters of Capitalism and watching the Valor Media Chris Goldsmith last episode called On Offense. Besides, they keep telling us is that they're running out and they cut all the subsidies to renewable energies. I'll see if I can find it again. It was a scientific paper. Yep. It's the same paper that described clean burning coal. Again, science can be perverted. And as we know, there's a lot of, I want to take a look at that. Who wrote it? Let's take this part off. I gotta break some things here. I was gonna get broken. That one I can't. What the hell's that peg hole for? Okay. Anyway. So like I said, guys, I know that it's hard to escape the political world we live in. We'll table it for the last 5 minutes, but I do ask that let's just kind of keep the politics down to a minimum for now, because I know that when people come in here, that's like, look, me, I will definitely get heavy into politics as necessary, but let's just table it for the moment. I'll look for it after the live stream and send the link if I find it. Sounds good. Thank you. I appreciate it, Nick. Again, I'd like to read. I don't care who comes up with it. Just so you know a little bit about me. If I hear something and it's like, I need to verify that, there's a trigger mechanism in me that says, you need to check to see if that's fake or real. I don't care if it's from the left or from the right. I don't care if it's from the coal industry or the renewable energy industry. I will do my research. I will look into it. That's why every now and then when somebody says, you've bitten into hyperbole of some cause, it's like, no, I've actually done my research, thanks. Okay. It's kind of groovy looking. I will say this leg armor is, all right, this is what we got so far. I'm doing one side at a time, and that leg armor is actually pretty extreme. Interestingly enough, it just feels a little thin. I would love to have seen that bulked out a little bit more. But then again, the bulkier it is, the less lithesome it looks. Hey, what's going on, Dwayne? Good morning. Happy New Year to you, brother. Someone said coal was clean burning. Oh yeah, haven't you heard? Dude, that's the entire current administration's play. They call it clean burning coal. Lovely clean burning coal. I mean, it's obscene. What's a good word, Dwayne? How was New Year's? Now, Dwayne, did I hear correctly that did you have a battery to replace in your car? Trying my hardest to return to a regular schedule, but really, why? Define regular schedule. I'm assuming the regular schedule is for your kids more than you. We've seen this game before. I'm trying to remember what other model had similar armor to this. I think that's it right there. Can't tell. I legitimately can't tell. I think it's snapping into place. Okay. I think got that, got that. That's the other side. We're going to table that. Yeah. That's like the majority of all the additional armor except for the hip section, which I'll work on right now. What time we got? Got plenty of time. I got some time. Woo, let's see what we got. My 12 volt. That didn't last long, did it? I'm sure if you burn coal in a vacuum with pure oxygen, it could burn clean, then use gas as a fuel. I suppose. Well, now that I did, there is a heater that. Oh no! Really? Job one done for today. Now to clean the snow again. Mike, how much snow did you guys get now? So I'll be heading to Massachusetts tomorrow to finally see the kids. Yeah, dude, that's awesome. I'm really happy for you. I'm assuming everybody is now back to being healthy, Mike. I'd be genuinely surprised if it turns out to have some merit to it. Turning organic matter into oil takes millions of years, and our consumption increases at an exponential rate. 12 volt runs the low voltage systems like the screen, etc. Yeah, 8 years or so. Hold it, you've had the hold it. What? Hold it, you had how long have you had the car? Yeah, we're going to work on everything here except the Gatling smashers, and I'll do that downstairs. I'm going to see if I can get the waist section done, and then start working on the left side. 218. We are converting from natural gas to coal heat. Bought the girls each their own shovel. Shades of for anybody. Again, I'm really into the whole ocean liner thing from ships from like the the steam era, and I can only envision your girl sitting there like in the bowels of the Titanic shoveling coal into those big furnaces. What do they call them? They call them firemen. Is that what your daughters are? Oh, you had your car since 2018? Oof. We're converting from natural gas to coal heat. And So, and could very well state its finite level of oil will continue to be found in new places. We won't be running out anytime soon, like hundreds of years, even at an increased rate. Oh, I'm not disagreeing with you. Yeah, thankfully, my son was the only one who got. Oh, that's good. The baby didn't get sick, probably. Another 8 inches or so between all day Friday and last night. Ugh. I will tell you, Mike, you can keep upstate New York. You can keep it. You can keep it there. I'm good with that. What 2018 be 8 years ago? I know, scary, isn't it? Yeah, in fact, I'm now starting. That's when I got back into this hobby. Was 2018 January, so it's literally been 8 years. I'm starting my ninth year. I'll send you a pic from my in-laws' house. They have more than. Oh, you're gonna try to fuck me up there, Mike. Yeah, time to teach him some hard work. Yeah, exactly. Watch your heater. Need to use less salt for the roads. Yeah. T218. Four points of contact. Interesting. $19. Sorry, guys, I'll be right there. So we get all these parts off. There's a lot left on this model. I may not be able to get this done today. Who knows? Maybe tomorrow I'll work on it at the bench when I'm back home. Most people need to learn to drive and drive slower also. I'm going to grab my trailer and bring you a load of snow. Just dump it into my front lawn. Will I get in the driveway or the neighbors? Oh, put it into the neighbor's yard. They've got kids. They'll love it. The parents won't, but the kids will love it. Any of those pumps like Japan geothermal snow melters. I drop it right behind the Prius. I love my Prius. In fact, I think that's going to be the next car again, too. Get another Prius. Start planning on saving up for one. This summer, I'll probably pick one up in the fall. If I can, if we can swing it, we'll see what financially comes about. That's the goal. They also use plastic tire chains. Oh, good. More plastic. I love it. They know how to drive. They know how to drive. Hold it. Are you saying that Japanese drivers are better than American drivers? And again, this is what we were just talking about a few moments ago when it came to oil. Statistics, numbers, facts. I mean, it may be true. Where are the statistics for this? I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying I want to see the numbers. Online, not good enough. More microplastic in the environment. Exactly. In other news, mornings, yuck. Mornings, yuck. Why yuck? Dude, I've been up for like 2 hours. I've been working on a model for like the last hour and a half. Life is good. What are you talking about, Dwayne? Life is good. Life is good. Put that up. Okay. Let's get this ass end back skirts on. There we go. Oops, did not get this one. I was up until 2. Can I ask why? Everything okay? I do have a much more efficient snow clearing core than most other countries. And that's cool. I'm a night owl. And does that mean you were night owling a model? Are you working on something, Dwayne? I never had to use my tire chains. I just know how to drive in all weather conditions, which is probably something that many of your Texas brethren can't really say. Get them cool sidewalks that turn energy from walking into electricity too. Really? For real? I've never heard that. That sounds pretty cool. Interesting. See, that's cool technology right there, my friends. If that's true. Is it true, Ken? Almost all of them. Nice. No, I'm not currently working on a project. I was gaming. Most of my modeling happens after coffee during the day. Got it. For real? Really? Is it sarcasm or misinformation, Ken? I don't know. You're in Japan. You tell us. What kind of gaming? D&D or video gaming? Ugh. By the way, next to the barbecue place, there was a hobby shop. And I'm like, oh, I think I'll pop in. Except that most of what they were doing was D&D gaming and that kind of thing, which, yeah, that's Warhammer and stuff like that. As cool as it all is, it ain't my deal. Oh, I see how that works now. I see how that works. That gets clipped on right there. Interesting way of doing it, but okay. Not a fan, but okay. All right. Let's get some side skirts on. Yeah, a better snow clearing, but from my experience, the taxi driver that drove us 6 hours to the airport off the Snowy Mountain guide control drifted down a bit. Nice. I'm working on a project, just not at night. I would never sleep if I worked at night. Really? Why do people spend so much time on all-weather tires in the Northeast? Snows in Texas. Oh. Hey, Robert. What's going on, brother? Good morning. Video gaming cat for the neurodivergent. Oh, man. Yeah. But the geothermal pumps are cool. It pumps water away from the deep end of the road surfaces that melt snow without the use of salt and chemicals. Really? No shit. I want to see an article on that too, then, Ken. I'm asking for all sorts of information today. So what video games these days, since I started building, it just all feels so samey these days. Yeah. I look at it as, and look, as a guy who likes watching movies, I understand there's two kinds of hobbies. There's productive hobbies and consumptive hobbies. Watching a movie, listening to music, is playing a video game to me is consumptive. I'm consuming something else that somebody else produced. I might be participating in it in some way, but it is more just like it's consumption. Whereas model building or playing a guitar or a musical instrument or creating a video game, that's productive. Or as Joe's going out there and being a DM, that to me is productive because you are creating as a game master, you're creating the game. I feel the same way, Skywriter, but checking boxes feels good. All right, let's get some side skirts on. D112. Helldivers has a lot of boxes. Let's see. Oh, I'm scared to look. That's too much snow. I can't even look at that right now. I physically became nauseated. Mike sent me a photo of the snow near his in-laws. It's like, oh. I played World of Warcraft for a long time, and now I have a term called treadmill games. Games designed to keep you playing, but not really giving you any more content or story. Yeah, before I got into this hobby back in late 2017, my daughter had introduced me to a Star Trek game called Trexels. It's a pixely type of game. And I started playing this thing, and I'm playing it for like an hour, 2 hours. And the same thing, I'm progressing through all these different levels, and they're all subtle, but there's no major change. And at the end of it, I'm sitting in the basement playing this fucking game, and I just can't do this anymore. And that's when I looked over and saw this massive pile of models. I'm like, you know what? Just why don't you build a model instead? And lo and behold, George got into model building again 8 years ago. Hey, look, I'm not going to vilify somebody if they're into video gaming or what have you. Everybody has their own thing. But maybe part of this is, and I'm going to give I'm sure Peter will take the shot, but I'm going to give it to him anyway. You start getting to a certain age, and it's like, what am I doing? And I'd rather, in the end, say I created something than not. And not to toot my own horn. Give me 1 second here, guys. Just want to get rid of that nub right there. As much as I don't consider myself, let's see where I am now. Let me just catch up on a couple things here. I got the modeling to be productive and to create something with that time. Yep. So you have narrative games or linear games with a clear endpoint, but line service games are Call of Duty are treadmill games. So I understand, but I need to have a level of hyperfocus that requires coffee and a couple deep breaths. I totally get it. Like I said, everybody's got their dealio. I am the chat villain. We have earth heat pump technology in Denmark too. Just have to dig the heat exchangers below. A couple of meters in. That's cool. Kind of how I've been feeling. Narrative games like Baldur's Gate are definitely worth the time spent for the experience, but there's times when I look at playing Destiny or model. Yeah. I would still rather just build a model. Or if I'm going to, I would rather watch something like somebody's, and I get it, video games are kind of in that same camp, somebody being creative, right? Oh, that's interesting. Okay, one side skirt on. Let's get the other one on. But, I'd rather watch a movie for 2 hours and be done. Is this D2 or D1? No, it's D2. What do you know? My laugh is a evil laugh. I'm glad you took the model route. We would not have met if you stuck with video. Oh, absolutely, Mike. I feel the same way. All the and that's the other interesting part. And I'm sure that the same thing can be said about video gaming. But yeah, this hobby has definitely allowed me to meet a whole variety of different people in a way that, in so many ways, no other hobby has. So yes, Mike, very good point, and I appreciate it. I feel exactly the same way. Whenever heats their homes geothermally, they get paid by the electric company for unused electricity they produce. YHE on the 1st, and this prime is coming after the kids are back to school. Nice. When are the kids back to school? Yeah. So like I said, yes, I think I might have said this yesterday. I'm starting to very slowly plow through my backlog of IPMS journals. I'm a very slow reader, and I usually just kind of read it at night before going to bed. I'm up to the issue in which the Spartan appeared, and again, just starting from beginning to end, I'm reading through the letter from the editor, in which, and he was incredibly complimentary. I mean, it's the almost the entire letter was about the Spartan and the work that I'd done on it, and what that all meant. And and what I remember reading the nice thing about reading about it was I mean, it was a 16-month project, and in the end, I'm not saying it's the greatest model ever produced, certainly my best model ever done to date. But the benefit of that model was always that it taught me a lot about what I can do in a way that other hobbies have not. The ability to like completely scratch build the hands for that model. It gave me the opportunity to meet a whole variety of different people. Oh, come on, really? You're gonna give me grief? There we go. Those pieces should absolutely be glued in if this model gets to full completion. Just the amount of effort that went into that thing. And in the end, I look at that model and it's like, I look at it and it's like, I built that. And those are really good feelings to have when you look at something that you've been very creative about and just say, I did that. And I don't know many things that one can say that about. I can only imagine if you're a sculptor or a painter, or you do some level of creative stuff, or produce a piece of music or whatever it is, something that you produce, you can say, I did that. Monday, nice. Ken, micro grinding is the future. By the way, something George is old, and you made a meal out of the softball, so I have to react. I guess. Nice. Did it really take that long? I don't remember. 16 months. It was a 16-month project. And no, I enjoyed a lot of it. I didn't enjoy every moment of it, but I certainly learned a lot from it. That's why part of the reason is that when we're talking about getting back to the Harpy could be a year-long project. It was a 3-hour tour. It was not a 3-hour tour. If you do well enough, you can say, I did that. And that's what I feel like. Like with a lot of the stuff that I work on now, it's like, that's mine. Everything from the bat plane, um, all the way through, even like that little mock cake thing. It's like, I've never, getting the texturing done on all that. All of that is what makes, in the end, I think every model that we work on, that we put a certain amount of effort into, we can say, that's mine. I did that. And you can take pride in that. I don't know many other things. I can't say I take pride in it. It's like, or some people do. With consumptive hobbies, oh, I've got the largest collection of X. Okay, you just spent money. How does that show who you are and what you did? You just spent money. It's the same way I feel about, like, and no offense to anybody who's a video gamer, it's the same way I feel about, it's like, okay, you put X number of hours into video gaming, and in the end, what'd you get out of it? And one can say the same thing about movie watching. This is why maybe I've kind of pulled back on a lot of it. But if you watch a lot of movies, it's like, all right, so you watch somebody else's artwork. Great. Not the most productive use of time, but okay. Will you be building another kit to that level of modification? Yeah, I think so, Nick. The question is, can I do it in less than 16 months? That's what I really want to get to. Actually, it was over a year. I started it after PACON 2024. Yep. Walked away inspired. Yeah, your Exio was great. Your Shin Musha, I think the finished work on your Shin Musha was fabulous. I spent a year doing rivets. Yeah, but in the end, Nick, when that model is done, when all of those models are done, do you not look at your models? I mean, okay, I'm going to ask everybody this. Do you not look at that model and just say, yeah, granted, it's a plastic thing that came out of a box, but if you add that level of personal creativity to it, don't you just at some point say, that's me? George, you get to look at your kids and say, look, I did that. How can a painting model compete with that? See, I can be deep sometimes. Yeah, the funny thing about kids is, yeah, I did that too, but at the same time, what they're doing, now I look at it as, I like what they're doing because this is what they're doing, not what I did to get them there. I'm just impressed with what their part is. Harvey is the kid with that level of modifications. Oh, I know. It will be, but it's going to be a journey. Look at some and don't believe I made it. Yeah, that's exactly how I felt. I still feel about the Spartan. It's like, I look at especially the, before the primer went down, and it's like, holy shit, the amount of effort that went into that. Getting philosophical in this economy. When, if ever, is probably correct. When? When, not if. Nick, you're going to get back to it. I'm looking forward to seeing some of this stuff being done. Like the one on the Shin Musha. My brain doesn't believe I created it. Yeah, absolutely. And you should be very proud of that. And I still need, here's the thing. It takes me about 10 times of reading, hearing, processing before it actually goes in and go, okay, now I get it. And in fact, one of the things I need to do, Robert, is I need to take what you did on with that wood and actually apply it and then see what happens. Then once I've done it, it's like, okay, at least I got the foundation of this. But you put it into this world, and we will be going on the journey with you. And Kratos, oh man, Kratos. That's how I felt about my kid too. It's hard to chase again at the beginning. Once I get going, I'm going. Yeah, I'm going, exactly. Yeah, you're talking about your bat plane model, I'm assuming, right, Dwayne? The work on that was fabulous. What time is it? All right, we got 10 minutes. We're going to call it a session. G2. Okay, you say so. You know what? F it. I'm going to try to get rid of some stuff here. Going out of sequential order. I don't care. Because this way I can start tossing some runners away in just a little bit here. My whole condo became a mess while I work on the exit, so I'm forcing myself to tidy my build area and home a bit before I dive into another. Yep, that makes sense. I think that's part of my process. If I don't clearly know what I want, I had the hard start with Ed last year. Hard start in terms of it was just hard to get it started. Yeah, 209, not function. Yeah, yeah. It was hard to actually start the model. One, two. Okay. Oops, hello. There we go. Take that part off. Throw on this new part. Why, hello there. Yeah, it was hard to get the model started, but I'm such a movie nerd. I knew that I wanted those to look like, yeah, the inspiration of what it is that you want to work on, right? What it is that you want to do. I I like when I can put into a model what it is that I envisioned. And sometimes it's not always the vision. Maybe it's like, serendipity. That's better than I thought it would turn out. Get rid of that. Most of these nubs aren't even going to be seen, but getting rid of them will make it easier to put these parts together. 2. 3. You have 15 seconds to put down your gun. Prowl. Get on one snap. It's a humanoid mech with multiple handguns and fat parts. Turns into a backpack from more shooting a cloth. That's Jesus. What the hell is this model? And a base that stores everything. Arrows for that build are CGI and frankly shit. So this build is coming more from my ideas, and keeping those pictures clear in my mind is its own exercise. Yeah, see, that's great. We don't want to make the cane from RoboCop too annoying. Okay, that runner's done, cooked. We'll leave that one out because I'm going to dispose of that one. I had a plan to do a color board, but I actually have to execute on it. So I just pick off a menu when it comes time to paint. Yeah, painting is painting. As you guys know, I struggle with painting. Colors. Okay. 1, 2, and 3. Let's get these parts on the legs. Okay. There we go. All right, we're going to stop this right here. So we've gotten quite a bit of the armor now put on, so you can actually see on this side all of the armor that has been done. And very slowly starting to populate the other side. The skirts are on. Ugh, just a nub. No big deal. Okay. And that's it. Dwayne, just do paint cards. Painting is option. Anxiety incarnate. I have paint cards too, Nick. Yeah. All right, let's start picking up. Putting the model away. Pack all this stuff up now since I will not be here tomorrow. I will be back home in Massachusetts tomorrow. Back at the bench. And I may take a day, I don't know, I might take a day off from the machining Krieger thing. I haven't decided yet. May not. Depends on what I feel like when I wake up in the morning. One of the nice things about this hobby is like you don't have to do something. You know, you can decide, hey, I'm gonna do something different today. You can. Don't get me wrong, that model has to get done. It's gonna get done for ODO, so need to get it done. Not too shabby, George. It's nice to be able to hold them up to each other and the project to check colors. I'm terrible. Pack it up, George. Stuff in the box. Exactly. Is it just straight bell or will it be disassembled and painted? Are you asking about this model here, the G line? Just texted you a listing for the kit I'm talking about. It's wild. I'll take a peek at that. Thank you. Oh, good. ODO trip confirmed. The trip is confirmed, and so far it looks like I am going to be going. Nothing has changed. It's the one weekend where I won't be helping my wife getting ready to move. So she's moving on March 6th. It's like her last day here, or that weekend of. It's her last day here. So we're January and February. A lot of it's going to be spent helping her up here. Yep. If this thing gets fully finished, then yeah, a lot of it will get stripped apart. Before this thing gets done, I've still got the SD Macross I have to finish. And then I'd like to, at some point, you know, we're talking about like a modern Gundam, I'd like to get back to the Gyan Krieger. There was a lot of customization done to that, and I'd like to get that thing finished off if possible. Mason will stuff you in a trunk if you're not careful. And that's fine. We're renting a vehicle. It looks like there's going to be like, I don't know, 8 or 9 of us heading down. So promises to be a pretty intense time. You people down there better take care of us. That's all I'm saying. In fact, interesting conversation I had with Don. I'll leave you guys with this. So one of the things that I want to, you know, you guys know, I'm a big time IPMS guy. I buy into IPMS. I also don't buy into the IPMS BS of, oh, that's not traditional enough. Go fuck yourself. So if we hear any of this anti-Gundam stuff, anti-Machine Krieger, anti-Warhammer, any of that stuff, it's nice being president of a chapter and just say, by the way, at our chapter, we've been seeing significant growth in both membership and attendance to our show because we're all inclusive. What are you guys doing? Then the Harpy in March. The Gyan Krieger isn't getting done immediately. The SD Macross will be the next thing to get done. And then the Harpy will start after that. We'll restart after that. Also, Harpy in there somewhere, I heard. Yeah, no, the Gyan Krieger will probably wait until next year because I think the Harpy is going to take that long. Remember, I'm also going to be building both the Harpies, the new one and continue with the old one too. I figure it's going to have to be do a sort of a, I might do a little, I've kind of got a vision for a vignette for them. So the Harpy is, just so you guys know, I'll probably start assembling the new version because that will be foundational for making sure that the old version kind of matches it. And that's going to be important because I'm going to be doing both both versions, the red and the green version. Okay. I'm going to organize a side trip for y'all. A side trip. Uh-oh, where are we going on this? Where are we going? I understand that Friday night we're going to be hanging out with you guys. I think Friday night we're going to be going down to one of the what is it? One of the hobby town that's down there. Let's see. So the Richmond Gundam people aren't a part of the that chapter. Yeah, see, I think that's wrong. That's bullshit. I think of them going to be interesting, I guess. Just keep, which is interesting then. So here's the thing. I understand and I'm happy to see that people go to the show, but don't expect change if you're not part of the change. George's take on it. Just keep adding stuff to keep the harpy at bay. Just keep adding stuff? Seems so. It doesn't. Just adding stuff to keep the harpy at bay. No. The only thing that I want to do, I want to get the SD Macross done because that's been sitting on the bench and it's just ready for paint. Literally, it's just cleaning up the primer, just making sure all the little doodads and everything like that are all cleaned up, and then it's ready for paint. You know, I could possibly do that off camera and continue to work on the harpy during the day. We'll see. Paint in the evening, scratch build and modify and whatever on the harpy during the day. We'll see. I'll be down either Friday or Saturday because I'm about 100 miles from Richmond. A little closer than us, Richmond Gundam folks, likely to replace the chapter in time. Replace the chapter. Define. Because my feeling is you're either going to replace the entire chapter, which means the chapter is going to go away. It's possible. Or you infiltrate the chapter, which I would recommend. Infiltrate. You go in en masse, and then you start changing culture. That's how we've done it here up at Patriot. On the way back and trying to get a Udvar trip for an hour or two. What's a Udvar? We're all waiting to see planes, and a shovel. What? Infiltrate like ninjas. I don't think you have to. No, I wouldn't go in. I'd storm the castle. And if a chapter doesn't accept upline, is growing versus other models, eventually the old burns out more. In fact, I don't think Gundam is growing anymore. This is George's take on it. I think we've seen sort of like a certain peak, but I think we now have there's enough of an audience out there still that you can continue to it can be part of a chapter. You know, Warhammer, the same thing. Bring in the Warhammer people, the fantasy war painters, fantasy war gaming painters. Excuse me. The Air and Space Annex. Ooh, the number of casual Gundam people is huge. Gundam isn't growing. The diehards have, but the casual is shrinking. Yeah, I think we're now living in a post-COVID world. And in fact, let's put it this way: it's not just Gundam. I think traditional modeling is also going to start going down. Hey, I can now go back outside. I can now start doing other stuff. Hey, I did this model thing for a while. I can move on to something else. Okay, that's fine. It introduced a bunch of people, but you're not going to keep everybody there, and that's all right. All right, guys. Well, based on how I see Gundam in Japan, they don't really care much about the market outside of Japan. I would completely disagree with that. You cut off any of the non-Asian markets, and guess what? You're still going to take a financial hit. Remember, Bandai is a company that's looking for growth. That's a healthy take. Which one's a healthy take? See more. Some people burn out, and others that wanted to be influencers fall off. Yeah, I'm okay. I'll send you a link to Udvar, George. Thank you. I appreciate it, Dwayne. But my point about all this is like skill modeling is it's just like any other hobby. You know, when you're locked inside and all you have to do something. Here's your hobby. Oh, now I can go back outside. You're going back to your normal routines. Anyway, all right, guys, time for me to get rolling here. All right, is covering that stuff that Bandai isn't touching. Maybe. I'm just telling you, you cannot have growth without the rest of the world. So yes, though they trust me, Tom, we do the same. We have the same conversation about Sony televisions. Japan dictates what televisions are going to be like, or Korea dictates what their Samsungs or LGs are going to be like. But the market says what the market says. Why aren't we selling more Sonys? I don't know, because another manufacturer has a TV that's more like what the American market wants. Well, we should make that. Yeah, but we're not going to do that. Okay, fine. Then your growth is stunted. Anyway, we can continue this tomorrow morning, guys. All right. The postcard isn't growing anymore because people can go outside. Yeah, I think we're kind of done. All right, guys. Remember to hydrate. Amen. Guys, go out there and do good. Brighten the world as much as you possibly can. Thank you so much for being on. It is a dangerous world. It is a crazy world. It is a mixed up world. And as Peter said earlier, how is it that certain things get done? Because I think there's a certain amount of evil in this world. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. How evil changes is how we deal with it on a local level. So the more goodness and kindness and generosity we bring at this local level, the better things are going to be. So continue to go out there and do good, just like we do here every morning. Go out there and do good with everybody else out there. All right, show kindness and love, and in time, things will get better. All right, guys, go out there, do good. Love you all, and I'll see you tomorrow morning in Massachusetts. Peace.